Talking about Geekifying Camping, and our dog is going wild over a rawhide chew. Up next on Geek Out SA. Do not attempt to adjust your YouTube video. We control the stream. And welcome back to Geek Out SA. It's Friday and we're having fun. We're back.
Yay!
We're back. We're gone for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, we were gone for 2 weeks. I don't remember. So I know we were gone last Friday because we were exhausted from camping. And then I think the Friday before that, was the end of the 9 weeks for me. And so I came home and I was not a nice person. So I was like...
No, we're tired before spring break.
Well,
so
yeah, because it was the end of like...
And then we just didn't have it during spring break, but we gave you some extra videos during the way.
We did. And you guys seem to like them, so we thought we would kind of talk about it a little bit this week so you had some context. And then we'll kind of go back to our regularly scheduled programming.
So we started doing a lot of camping back when COVID started. Because that's really almost the only thing you could do out.
Well, so Vincent and I both really like to travel. We grew up with parents who liked to travel. We grew up with parents who enjoyed art and art museums, and so we've been to a lot of art museums and botanical gardens and things like that. So we like to go do things. So then COVID comes crashing down on all of us, right? And you can't go do anything. And we were used to, like, you know, going to other cities. I mean, we just picked up one time. Vince just got us tickets and we went to go see some friends in LA. Like, that's what we do. That's our jam. So COVID hit and we were like all the rest of y'all. Couldn't leave the house, you know? And it just started to weigh on us.
Yeah.
Like it did everybody else. So then we saw that some of the, like, Texas state parks and stuff had started opening back up. Limited. They were only letting like a few of the campsites. Like if they had 20 campsites, they were letting 10 of them so that everybody was kind of spread out. And so we happened to be at this place called Dirt Cheap. I don't know if any of y'all have ever gone to Dirt Cheap. It's like all the stuff from Target, JCPenney, Dillard, stuff like that, that is like out of season, or that people ordered online and then returned and they couldn't sell on clearance at the store. They send it to this Dirt Cheap place. And their Instagram makes it look all cute. like everything's in rows and everything. It's a hot mess. Like you have to dig through stuff.
Yeah.
But we happened to find a tent there. Yeah. And we were going through it and it's an 8-person tent. And we were like, an 8-person tent for the two of us? Yes, sign me up. Right? And it was like a third of the price that it normally is. So, and we checked. Everything was in there, like brand new.
Yeah.
No idea why somebody returned
Even
it.
all the tent stakes. So
yeah,
that was
everything.
Cool.
So we were like, yes. So we got that, got an air mattress because, okay, we like to camp, but we're like 50 years old practically. So laying on the ground on a sleeping bag is not a thing anymore.
No, not anymore.
So we did that for a while during COVID. We went to Palo Duro Canyon in North Texas. We went to a national forest, which was a first.
This is all in one trip.
Yes.
This was all in one trip to go to Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm. Got to go to Yellowstone.
Still in a tent, mind you.
Still in a tent. And I have not been camping a lot. He's been camping. Vince has been camping a lot more than I have. And I planned this trip. So, mind you, I did not know that there was a difference between a national park and a national forest. So we found out the hard way.
A lot different.
So the national forest, they do have like sites for your tent, but they're fairly wild.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have flush toilets. They have what's called a dump toilet. It's basically a giant hole in the earth.
Dude, something just ate that. It was at like 2/3. It had almost a full battery and it just went out. weird. It had almost a full battery. Go ahead.
Back?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're back.
Okay.
So weird.
So it's like a giant hole in the earth, and then they've put a toilet.
Did it just
like,
drop off when we were talking about a dump toilet?
I hope
It
so.
literally dropped right when you said, and there's a dump toilet.
And there's a dump
Dun,
toilet. Dun, dun,
dun,
dun.
dun,
But it wasn't too stinky.
So a dump toilet is like a step above a porta potty.
It
Is
is.
Just a hole in the ground, or?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it's-
it's a hole in the ground with like a plastic tube on top of it with a toilet seat.
Okay.
And they do have enzymes in there that like, eat the feces and stuff. So there's that. And it's inside of a room. So there is a room.
Right.
So at least it keeps you, like, it's not like so squished like a porta potty.
Yeah.
And there's hand sanitizer, but there's no running water.
No.
You can't wash your hands.
Can't wash your hands.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's in the mountains. And I'm not familiar with the mountains. I mean, I'm not stupid, right? So I know it's going to be cold, right? And I've packed us stuff. But they get an unseasonably cold front. There and
there's
in
a couple
Yellowstone.
of other people that have tents along with us, especially like across the way. We don't get to see them much because you're like really in nature when you're in there.
Mm-hmm.
Can you?
Yeah, I just heard a weird sound.
Oh. I farted. Just kidding. I didn't.
Because we're in nature, but out there, a lot of people brought campers. And we're like, oh, that's kind of cool. So we were going down this thing about what we could do to do a step above a tent. Because
Right.
we really like tent camping,
But it's cold.
it's
And
cold.
we were in bear country, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like that the bear could swipe through your tent and like, eat you. So we were walking around and so I was leading to this, so thank you, Vince. So we start seeing people with these campers. Well, some of them have the big old campers, the big gargantuan, where it's basically like a mini house on wheels. So we kind of looked at those for a little while, but those can run you like 50,000, 30 to
Holy
50,000.
If
Yeah.
not more, yeah.
Yeah, they can be quite expensive depending on what you want. So we looked at it and we thought, well, that's about the price of a new car. We could like make payments on it if we wanted to. But then we had seen some other ones that were what's called a teardrop camper, right?
Well, but even before that, the whole thing, we were actually going to convert a school bus into a camper.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to tell about this.
Oh wow.
So for the
Okay.
longest time, we actually found a bus.
We went and
were-
looked at
we were
some buses. Like we
this
were
close.
I wanted
to
it
putting some money
so bad. I
down
wanted
on
it
it.
so bad. But Vincent and I fancy ourselves to be somewhat crafty and intelligent, right? But to reframe out a whole school bus, put in insulation, do all the things you need, we thought, yeah, we could probably follow a YouTube video, but it might not be great.
But we'll have more to talk about that because we probably could have done that too.
I don't know. And then you have to worry because the school buses are older and the engines are
Yeah,
older. That
that's-
was what a lot of people
that
told
was
us.
the one thing is because
It's a lot of
the
engine
mechanic-
maintenance.
Mechanic
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. So then we saw the teardrop campers, and there are even some really fancy teardrop campers that, again, you're talking about $30,000, and it's basically a bedroom on wheels, right?
I think it was at Palo Duro Canyon where we went and talked to that couple that had the teardrop, and we asked them how did you like it, and kind of took a look at it.
And theirs was really cute because theirs was like the dome shape. There's different kind of shapes that you can get. So theirs was the dome shape, and then the back lifted up, and it had the counter and stuff for the kitchen, and then they had the bedroom in there inside of it. So theirs was really cute, and we thought about that one. Then your aunt got one. She got a Scamp. Then your other aunt got one, and she got one that had like the kitchen in the back and stuff. And so we really started looking at them.
Right.
But Colleen is cheap. Okay, not gonna lie, I'm very cheap, super cheap. I want to go with like the cheapest option possible. So Vincent's researching and finds the.
Well, actually, no. My dad.
Oh,
was
your dad.
researching with me, and he was showing me these different things, and he shows me this one. Hey, take a look at this place. It's called Runaway Campers, and what it is it's a shell. It's just a shell that has an AC in it.
Yeah, so it's basically a box on wheels with an AC, and it is like hooked up for electric. So you have front and back. You have power strips that are hooked up in there for you. So you don't have to do any of the electric hookup for it. But aside from that, it's a box. That's it. That's all it comes with. It's a plastic box on wheels. Oh, windows, obviously, like windows and doors and AC. And it does have one like top shelf that's like molded in or embedded into it, basically. Right. Yeah. And so you can do a few options. We did the option because we... bless their hearts, we went and found the Runaway camper group, found somebody that was here in San Antonio, and they let us go over to their house and see their camper because I have problems with claustrophobia, and I thought I'm not going to be able to sleep in this box.
Yeah, this community, the Runaway community, is a really awesome community. They share ideas and just share information all the time about what's worked for them and what hasn't worked for them. So it's a really cool group.
Yeah.
And they have even like regional ones, which we're part of, and we're part of the overarching ones too as well.
And it's nice because the regional people get together and have events, which we hope to go to soon. But it was really nice. So this couple in San Antonio lets us come over, and we crawl around in their Runaway. Bless their hearts, they were really sweet.
They were like, "Go ahead,
go ahead, get inside." So we got inside and got a feel for it, and it's really much roomier than you think. When you look at it on the outside, you think, no. But getting inside, it's really great. And then they told us, you really should get the back door. The back door is like an extra add-on, but it just helps you easily like load stuff in and out of the camper. So we were like, okay, cool. But then we started seeing like all of the campers, and we were like, okay, but Vincent and I are just kind of different, right? We're very geeky.
We're built different.
We're built different. And we didn't just want like, I don't know, I couldn't do a camper that was like gingham stuff and like country cabin stuff. So we really wanted it to be like our kind of style, right?
Right.
And Vince was a little worried about all the stuff that I wanted to do at first.
I'm still worried.
Why are you still worried? You'll be fine.
That wasn't very nice.
It's good.
Is it the hidden weapon spot on her side only that scares you, or you know?
Yeah.
No, I think Colleen went for, well, this is all the stuff that we like, and we do like a lot of geeky stuff. I was like, I don't know if that's all going to go together as I look in my
Really? I was going to say,
now.
As you look in our geeky, okay, sure. So he was not believing me, and I was being stubborn, and I was like, well, I'm going to do it. So I enlisted his mother, and I had some Ninja Turtle fabric, and so that was the first thing, was she and I measured it and everything, and we cut it, and she sewed it for me, and she made curtains for us.
I think we have like a cue up of one of the curtains on there.
Yes, you do.
Okay. So, yeah, this is fabric that I had forever. We used to drag it around with us to cons and, like, put it out to decorate the table with, you know, to kind of draw people over to your table and stuff like that. And it's real thick, real nice, so it really does keep the sunlight out.
Yeah, that worked really good.
Yeah.
It does fall down all the time.
Well, but just when we're driving.
Just when we're driving, yeah.
Yeah. When we're being still and sleeping, it doesn't fall down. So I just got a dowel rod.
When I lift my arm like this.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't do that.
Well, that was an easy way to solve that problem. Just don't do it. Got it. Cool. Problem solved.
So
all that was just a dowel, and then we had two command strip hooks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I really like it. And I like that it's real easy that I could take down, like if I wanted, because I have other like Superman fabric and stuff like that. So if I wanted to make some other curtains and like swap them out, I could. But because I had that, one of the things that I've always seen that I really liked is those big stickers that you can put on the wall in a kid's room. So I was like, oh my God, Amazon has the cutest Ninja Turtle stickers. Like, I want them. But I also wanted to do some Star Wars stuff.
Because I'm big into Star Wars.
Because Vince is big into Star Wars. not that I don't love Star Wars, but like Ninja Turtles is my number one jam, right? So I kind of put the curtains up, and then I put the Ninja Turtle stickers like by the back wall, which is where I'm gonna sleep. So that's kind of my zone. That's my Ninja Turtle. So I've got Ninja Turtles on both sides on the windows, and then I've got all my stickers up, and it makes me happy. And then on the front, because you just have that one shelf, and then you just have the AC in the middle.
Right.
We bought some shelving, like, I don't know if you can see this, but the kind of shelves where you put, you know, those square fabric cubey things in.
Yeah.
We bought that, cut it to fit, set it in there. We got a really dark stain on it. And then I was like, see, this matches really well with like Vader and everybody. So I put them up around the air conditioning. So I think you liked that a little better, that they were not like, I think you thought I was going to put them all on top of each other.
Yeah.
And so they were separate. So we kind of have like a Star Wars zone, and then we kind of have a Ninja Turtle zone. And then I bought like black and blue, and then I'm eventually going to put like some R2 stuff and everything on the little buckets that we have that go inside of there, so that I have more of a Star Wars zone. I just haven't had a chance to finish that up. So that was kind of like the first thing we decided to do, is like I decided to decorate.
Well, we did a whole thing where we built our own bed frame.
We did.
So you have me sit. I know there's a picture there of me sitting with like a bed frame, and then we had put in some of that flooring. Some of the like.
It's like a gym. It's like gym mats.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen those? You can get them.
Interlocking.
They interlock, and they're kind of like a foam board
Yeah,
kind of
that
thing.
one, you can see that.
Yeah.
I was just like, I was sweating, and even though I was like, I plugged in the AC and stuff and just playing around with it, hooking up the TV. I was like done at that point, because that was a tough build.
Well, again, we're not really carpenters, so we tried, and we tried to build it up high enough so that we had some storage underneath, but
And
not
make
so
it
high
light
that we
enough,
couldn't
too,
hit
to,
our heads.
not make it so heavy, because that enough wood, it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's really heavy.
Yeah, and you don't want to add too much to your camper, because then it could overload the towing capacity of whatever vehicle you have. So you have to be careful with that. And then we went on, and they on the community, and they showed like how to get a foam mattress, which we also found it dirt cheap. And you get like basically one of those electric carving knives, and you carve the mattress and make it so that it fits in there.
We ended up finding a queen mattress there, and I think it was like 50% off or something.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
something super cheap.
So we had to cut it, but after we built the frame, what we actually needed to do, or should have done, because was just buy a full size mattress, and that would have been perfect. And
it's
then,
fine, because I have a big piece of foam now that a friend of mine and I are going to actually cover in some Superman fabric, because Superman also, and it's going to be just like a pillow, you know, against the back wall, so we can like make it kind of a couch when we watch TV in there and stuff. So it worked. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So we like to make things harder on ourselves than they all have to be.
So we have like a 24-inch TV in there?
Yeah, a 24-inch TV.
It's a Fire TV,
which is super helpful, because we pay extra through Verizon to have like the mobile hotspot.
So we can be in there and watching Netflix and Amazon Prime and Disney Plus. So
because we have all the streaming services like one does. But usually, we're getting a little older. I like to hike, so we'll go out there and we'll hike and everything. We'll take the dog and tire him out, and get our hike on. A lot of the times during the heat of the day. Vincent's not like a real fan of the heat of the day. So he'll want to go like drive the park. So we'll go drive the park, or we'll go drive to like another town nearby and check out the town, or if there's like something
You keep
interesting.
saying that, and I haven't had an issue with being hot
You're
for
always,
like years.
he's always whining about, I'm going to take a video of him next time. Just you wait. It's fine. No, Vincent
all
loves
over
the heat. He enjoys it. It's his favorite.
That's
It's
why he
not
lives
my
in South
favorite,
Texas.
but I don't complain about it as much as you say that you do. That I do.
No, you don't, dear. You're perfect. You're an angel.
I am.
Choked. Choking.
So we do stuff during the day that doesn't require that we be sitting out in the heat. Because I hate the heat, apparently. So then we've worn ourselves out. So then by the evening, we, have our dinner or whatever, and it's getting dark, and you look at the stars for a little while, and then you go in and you watch, The Marvelous Miss Maisel or whatever, and then it just... I keep telling Vincent I want to bring Over the Hedge, because it's like all the little like vermin that we see when we're camping. It's like the possums and the skunks and the raccoons and
'Cause
everybody.
That's another thing that we have. We have a Blu-ray player in there as well, a really small one too.
Because why not?
Yeah,
Because if
stick
you're
it in.
gonna go
Like,
camping, you have
We
to watch your
that.
Blu-rays.
We have like a retro pie in there where we can play games if we want to. So
Yes, we can.
It's
We also have like the LED strip of the light up and top, and then it's got like
we
different
have,
like
a little
disco
vid-
modes
We have
and.
a little video of that.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Can we play it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think you can hear anything, but that looks really cool. It was fun installing it and getting it to work, so that was kind of cool. You have longer arms than I do.
That's
So-
why I installed it. But it's fun because it has, because,
And that was
technology.
after
So
I
Vince
built
needed one with a
the bed
remote.
frame.
So it has a remote control. It has different like modes that you can go through. You can pick the different colors. You can mix and match colors. You can get it to blink and stuff. So, But ask him where the remote is, and it's just like at home. He's a dude. He doesn't know where the remote is.
It falls off every time from the Velcro thing that we stuck on it.
You're
Why
supposed
don't
to.
you put a little
why it
shelf for
falls
just the
off.
remote then?
Yeah, we have a tub, Aaron. We have a tub for
That's true.
electronics, and you're supposed to put it in the tub when you're traveling, and then put it on the Velcro when you're stationary.
But he knocks it. That's why.
But he goes like this.
It's nowhere close that I can do that. So you're the one taking it out and sticking it in the box when it should be on the Velcroed on the...
No, it's supposed to be in
Right
the
behind
box
the
so it
TV.
doesn't fall off and fall under the bed when we're traveling.
It won't do
'Cause
that
it
if
bumps.
you put it on the Velcro.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. It has before. That's why I
Probably
started
'cause
putting
you,
it in the
like,
tub.
Tugged on it. And, maybe I
Oh.
should stick it in the box.
You know what? Me and my friends were just gonna talk to each other. Hi, friends. How are you
Does
doing?
he ever elbow you like in the middle of the night? Just go bam.
No, that's more like me.
That's
Oh,
you.
no,
that.
that's...
Yeah.
I've done that to an ex, and I woke up and she was gone, and she was on the couch. I was like, "What'd you do? You elbowed me!" I was like, "I don't want to sleep."
Vince has this weird affinity for sleeping on the edge of the bed. He loves to sleep on the edge, like practically hanging over.
Oh, God.
He's always loved that. I don't know why.
He's waiting for the monster to just reach up and.
I guess he's trying to
It's
make
to-
the escape.
Because when I was like before you, so I wouldn't feel lonely. I felt like, because I would sit at the edge, I would sleep on the edge of the bed, so it felt like somebody else was taking up the other
Did you put
spot.
a pillow behind you to make you feel it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so now the dog and I hog the bed, and he still sleeps on the edge. It works for all of us. We're fine. Yeah, because Vincent and I and Anakin, we can all fit on the bed in that Runaway. We can all fit on that
And
bed.
it's tiny. I will say that. It's tiny
It
to me.
seems tiny, but it's not.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean, you
telling
guys utilize that space. When y'all showed it to me that first time, I was like, wow, you've really utilized the space.
That's our favorite thing. So because I'm a collector and I have a problem, I have to collect stuffed animals. And I mean, stuffed animals always look better in.
And they've gone
Hoodies.
from the house into the camper now.
Well, these live in the camper. So these are the camper pals. Okay. So this is a raccoon, and her name is Tippy for Trash Panda, TP, Trash Panda, but we call her Tippy, okay? And so she lives in the camper with us. And this is Bigfoot, but his name is actually Phil because Vince has a crush on Flo from Progressive, and there's that Progressive commercial where she calls him Bigfoot, and he says, Bigfoot, my name is Phil. And so this is Phil. And then we just got this little dude when we went to Possum Kingdom, and obviously his name is Toady because the song Possum Kingdom is from the Toadies. And so, and we did research, and the Toadies Possum Kingdom song is actually about Possum Kingdom State Park where we went. Shocker. I did not know that. It's a lake.
But the park.
Yeah.
It's the lake because there's
Because
the
there's a
park and then
boathouse.
there's like a whole lake and there's like residents around there and they have a boathouse that if you haven't seen it, we have it.
We have a video up
We have
on
a video up if you want to check it out.
our. Oh no, Phil has
If
a.
you need them to go missing
Dick
at a
ripper.
range, just let me know when I go to the range. Some of these things could go missing.
No, they're adorable. They're adorable.
Why is it in 6 different pieces? That was not a bad shot that day.
I don't know, Colleen. I don't know when that happened.
So pretty soon, the shelf that we have on the top that was supposed to be to hold stuff is just going to be for all my stuffed toys.
What I'm hearing is they're going to fall over the camper when y'all drive.
No, they're good and they stay there.
Oh, okay.
They're like wedged up on the shelf because we like stuff that we have like anything. If anything happens, we got a backup plan in there.
No, we don't, because I always forget stuff and we always have to go to the store.
Well, except for like
So
consumables.
the bins, do you have like a rod or something that keeps them in there, or what? So they don't move around? when
No,
you
I
drive?
bought some that fit like really snugly in there so
Oh,
they just
okay.
don't fall out.
Oh, that's smart.
They do pretty good. And then because we want to keep the car like fairly open, so if I'll look at the state park, and if the state park doesn't have awnings pre-done over the camp, like over the picnic tables, because you need some shade during the day, then we bring like our awning, and so that goes in there. And then we have
Okay.
these really big chairs that you can like lounge out in. Those go in the camper. So a lot of
We
that
only
kind
have
of
to
stuff goes in the camper.
modify
That makes sense.
Because we have like 2 1x3. What's 1x3, right?
Uh-huh.
2 1x3 cube shelving that we put together. So one of them couldn't quite fit in there perfectly.
It's
so
actually
we
1
had
by
to-
5. We have 4.5 shelves in there, 4.5 boxes. Because I have the coffee stuff. I have 2, one for your clothes, one for my clothes, and one for the dog. And then the half that
but
has
it
the
wa-
cords
but it was
and stuff.
2 that we put together to do that.
Oh, I thought it was like a 1 by 5. It was 2 1 by 3s that we
I
put
think
together.
I think
Oh,
so.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're right. Because that fit better than the.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. So it makes a nice thing, because even the one that we cut out, you can't put a fabric box inside of it, but that's just where we put all our cords and stuff. So they just all fit inside of there. So that works really nice. And then on Amazon, we found some. They're like fabric boxes. They're about this wide and they're only about this deep. And then it's just tall enough to put like our camp stove in. And so like our camp stove is in there. We got fancy. I wanted to be fancy. And so I got some Coleman plates for us. Those camping plates. So we have like those. But then I go fancy with that, and then I go cheap with the other stuff, and then I go to the Dollar Tree and I got like a cutting board and like all the cooking utensils and stuff from the Dollar Tree. I don't know why I go fancy, but we tried the Dollar Tree knives and they were terrible. So we did buy like a set of cutting knives.
We got them on Amazon, right? Or something
Amazon.
Like that.
We got
That's
those on
super
Amazon.
sharp. Because she cut her finger.
Thanks. I knew you were gonna bring that up.
I had a buddy, he bought like really high-end knives like that. And he was like, oh, I was just cutting. And then he was like, the chicken all of a sudden was red. It was so sharp, I guess it cut the nerve already. And he didn't feel that he sliced through his hand. And he was like, oh, this is bad.
Well,
I hate when
so
that happens.
I didn't. we didn't have the lights strung up like we normally do, and it was getting dark, and we were making dinner, and I thought, oh, I've got enough light, and I'm cutting a tomato.
Ooh.
And then I was like, this tomato feels really juicy, and I'm like, my finger's kind of sore.
Oh God.
I was like, oh shit. I'll be back. I've got to go. But luckily, because I know I'm like that, I had Band-Aids and stuff.
But here's the thing. This is why she did that. She was doing it in the dark because she forgot our lights.
Well, guess what? I don't forget the lights anymore now, do I?
That's
now
one way to remember.
Now I just forget the propane.
I put my headlamp on, and I'm just like, do you need any more light during the day?
That's so funny.
Yeah, so now he follows me around with his headlamp all the time, day or night, asks me if I need more light.
You're like, I already had kids. Now I got another one.
Mm-hmm. But a headlamp is another thing that you should totally get. We got really great beanie headlamps from Costco.
Yeah.
You can find a lot of good camping stuff at Costco. We got our chair. No.
Yeah, we got the chairs.
We did, right?
Yeah,
at
we got the
Costco?
chairs
Okay,
at
yeah.
Costco.
We got the chairs at Costco, which are really nice because they lean back. You could make a nap in them. They're really nice. We got the beanies that have the headlamp. And you can find headlamps anywhere, but the beanies are nice because it does tend to get cold at night.
Certain places.
In certain
times of the
places.
year.
Yeah, but even like Big Bend and stuff was cold at night.
Mhm.
Even just recently, it was pretty cold there in Possum Kingdom, I thought.
Yeah.
So it was nice to have that because then you can keep yourself warm, but then you have that light to go as well. The other thing we have is some solar stuff. I think that that's good to keep. We have just like a little solar charging pack. Should we need it? Should anything like, we've heard that like the electric kind of doesn't always work sometimes at campsites. And so just in case we ever needed it, like basically to charge our phones, like if we needed an emergency charge, we have that. We have a bigger solar panel, but we haven't tried that one out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I would recommend for camping, just because, unless you make a kitchen, right? Because some people make a kitchen in their Range Runner, but we chose not to,
Right.
is that you buy some kind of kitchen something. We found a really great one on Amazon that we have that you can see in our last video. And it's really great because it collapses down and it's expandable out and it just fits into a bag. And so you
Right.
can carry it just like your awning or whatever. And it's really great. It has shelves on the side. It has shelves underneath. It has a shelf that's specifically made the perfect size for the Coleman stove. Yeah, I thought it was great. I love it. The only thing for me is because I'm pretty tall. I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's a little short. So we were thinking of maybe getting like those bed risers or something to kind of put it on so it would be a little taller for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so what powers it though? Like, do you plug it into your car battery or what? Like, how do
No,
y'all get
no.
power to it?
You have to look for campsites that are electric.
Oh,
So if you have an electric campsite, they have like a box on the side, and it has different voltage, right, honey? Yeah. And we have some different.
It's like the amperage. It's like there's like a 50 amperage and like a 30 amperage.
And then just regular, like we can just plug a regular. The Range Runner just works on a regular like extension cord, like the orange kind of extension cord. Yeah. And most of them have that. But if we don't, that was another thing that the Runaway community told us, was there's like a converter that you can buy. So it can plug into like the 50 amp and turn it to a 15 or whatever, so it's, so we carry that with us all the time too, just in case one of them is out, you can plug into the other ones. And then if they have electric, then like a little ways down from that, they'll have a water spigot so that you have water. So we got from Academy, it's a bucket about this big, but it's one of those that collapses down. And so then you accordion it up and then you do your dishes in it. Especially if you're going to be camping like somewhere like near Yellowstone or whatever, you have to do your dishes right away every time you eat because the bears are attracted by the smell. And so you want to do your dishes, clean it out, and then you have to put it in the bear box. And really, most of the places are going to have, a bear box is a big, huge metal box with like doors that have like a heavy duty latch that you need human fingers to open. And it keeps the smells kind of in there. You have to put your charcoal in there. You have to put your food in there. You have to put like any
By food,
shampoos.
by mean like scraps or like
soaps
normal
in
food?
there.
All of it.
Okay.
All of it. Like even when you go to throw away like your scraps or whatever, they have special trash cans that have latches on them that you have to open. Because the bears, if they become dependent on human food, they won't go back and get food out like in nature, and they end up getting shot, unfortunately, because they come in and then they become a danger to the people.
Right.
So yeah, you're never supposed to leave any of that stuff out because they can attack you, obviously.
Well, yeah.
They can also like memorize a campsite where they've had food, and they'll just keep coming back to it so they can attack other people.
So
Really?
what
I didn't know
happens,
that.
they end
Yeah.
up killing.
Yeah, so they end up killing them.
having to kill the bear.
Yeah, so it's a big, huge no-no
And
to
if
like.
they don't if they don't hurt anyone, if they're coming back for the food, they'll
Yeah, they try to relocate them, but they've said that they've tried it before to relocate them, and some of them will just keep coming back to that campsite to get the human. They get like obsessed with human food. It's really sad and kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting that they remember that much. Like,
Uh-huh.
oh, you dumped me 5 miles away? I'll be back. Give me a minute.
Yep. Well, their range of smell is ridiculous. So.
Crazy.
But even when we're in like the Texas state parks, we don't really have bears except for like in Davis Mountain, Big Bend area, we have bears that come up from Mexico. But even with all the raccoons and possums and skunks and stuff, they have big poles that have like a hook at the top that you're supposed to put your trash on. And then it's like a slippery pole, metal pole, so that the animals can't get up there and get your trash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
we get a lot of like gadgets and stuff, and this one of these came from Bespoke Post.
That's a light, right?
It's a light.
I've seen that.
But the cool thing is it's attached with a magnet, so you can take it with you, turn it on,
and then have it like
hang
attached
it
wherever.
somewhere. So it's very helpful. One thing that I forgot to bring in is that we got from Harbor Freight. It's like a little LED panel that's like a light switch.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's like it's a cutesy little light switch, but we just Velcroed them up by either door, and so we can flip them on as soon as we get in and start, getting the
Moving stuff around.
yeah.
Nice.
The other thing from Harbor Freight, real quick before you say that, because I'll forget, that Vincent got. So if you're watching this and you're a Runaway owner and you don't have this yet, they have it at Harbor Freight. It's like a camper dolly.
Yeah, a trailer dolly.
A trailer dolly, yeah, a trailer dolly, because these Runaways, you saw them, they're little, right, Aaron? So they don't weigh a lot. Like we can push it and pull it ourselves. Like it takes some effort, but you
that's
can.
what y'all have on it, right? On the tire? Or...
No,
Okay.
but I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But so it goes to where that hitch is, and then you hook it up, and the dolly helps you to like move the camper. So we got that at Harbor Freight, and it was like really good this last time we used it. It was really nice. It moved really easily with that thing. So that's another thing that we would say is a must-have when you're doing that. What else? Oh, well, we just tried out our new camp fire.
Oh yeah, we just did the campfire pit. It was really cool. It's another thing because my dad gave us the kitchen, which he forgot about until we showed him the video about it. And he's like, "Oh, that's right, I did get it for you."
He's like, "Oh, that's really cool," and I'm like, "Yeah, thanks, you got it for us." And he's like, "I did? Okay, cool." But yeah, so he also got us a little propane run campfire, which is nice because especially lately. It's been so dry the last couple of years that everywhere we go, there's burn bans in effect. So even though they have campfire rings, you still can't even build a campfire because it's too dangerous.
You can do like charcoal and then put it out when you're done, but
can't really have like the wood burning and stuff like that. So this is nice, keep you warm, because it's pretty, like again we said, it gets pretty cool at night, so it's nice to kind of sit around and then you just have the campfire going, and it's very compact, and it has a little cover on it, and it's real cute. So we have that. I was trying to think of what other gadgets we have. We have so many gadgets.
You should
Vince
do a
is
video on
gadget
just that.
crazy, right? Just a video of
Yeah,
all the
just all this
gadgets.
stuff, because like honestly, I've always wanted to go camping, but yeah, my back can't lay on in a sleeping bag. I'm like, nope, done.
You know, the air mattress is not so bad though. We really enjoyed the air mattress camping.
I can tolerate those. Like last time, so I went to Dallas 2 weeks ago, right before spring break, right when it started, and I actually slept on the floor because we had guests with us in our, me and Elena in our room. So I was like, well, I'll just sleep on the floor. It actually didn't bother my back too much, so I'm like, maybe I'm getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, I've been working, I'm working out and got my muscles a little bit more back in my back.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, maybe they took the hit. I'm okay. And it was funny because everyone on the beds couldn't sleep well, but hey, I slept fine.
You're like, I
Anyway.
slept fine.
But yeah, like maybe like something like an air mattress or something. But like I don't know anything else about camping. I'm like, what do you need? So that'd be kind of cool if y'all did like a little like, hey, this is some stuff y'all should bring, kind of.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because definitely tent camping versus camper camping has been different. Like one of the
And
things.
it's a lot different now because a lot of the tents are super easy to put up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then like
for
when
that
we were
8-person
kids, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, that 8-person tent that we have
Yeah.
takes us like what 15 minutes to put up.
Yeah.
Oh
if that?
wow.
Yeah. For two of us to put up, it's easy.
And those are supposed to be really big, right? Like that.
Oh,
like
it's
little, like, they
enormous.
I know her godmother has or used to have one that had like separate rooms. In
Yeah.
It.
Yeah.
So it was like, here's your common area. That's like here's like 4 or 5 rooms for like her 2 kids, their husband.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
that's nice.
It's like wow.
This is just like a big main room, and then it has like a side room where you can put, like all your clothes and stuff in.
okay.
It's like a little, like a half room basically.
Yeah.
And so often we would put like, snacks in there and dirty clothes and stuff like that. That kind of becomes our little throw stuff in. But even then, you can take your tent to an electric campsite.
Yeah.
And then you can use the electric, and still we would bring the laptop, and so we would still watch TV. We have a problem with
Bring the
TV, okay?
laptop, and then you can bring like a projector.
Yep.
Hook
Oh,
that
that'd be
up.
cool.
And do
We
like an
have a
outdoor
projector
movie.
screen too.
Yep.
Enjoy it with the koalas and the bears and everybody else.
Really we saw bears at Yellowstone, obviously. We didn't see them at the National Forest, although they told us that morning, before we had gotten there, that there was a bear in our campsite, but it didn't come back, thankfully. We have seen, like, here in Texas, you see a lot of javelinas. Those are the pigs,
Right.
The wild boars. You see raccoons, you see possums, you see skunks.
Tarantulas.
no.
You'll see a lot of
I'm done.
tarantulas,
I'm out now.
scorpions.
Out.
Uh,
Those 2 things that keep me out. I'll just set the whole place on fire and be like, I'm out.
The tarantulas are just slow, and they kind of have a path, and they just like walk around, and they don't bother you. You don't bother them, they don't bother you. Bunny rabbits, all kinds of birds. There's always a bird list that you can
Why
get
does
at the.
There was a ton of deer at Possum Kingdom.
Yeah, there
ton
were
of
a
them.
ton of deer at Possum Kingdom. Yeah. Always
I
deer.
think something went out. I can't hear y'all now.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead. Oh, it's this, I think.
Oh.
Oh,
Say something.
you can't hear us.
Yeah, I can't hear you. Everything's on.
And it's funny because I've seen white-tailed deer about 20 million times at this point, and I still get excited every time we see them. I'm like, oh, look, there's deer. Oh, look, there's deer. Of course, I get excited by cows, too, when we're driving. I'm like, look, honey, cows. I'm like, those are Angus cows, and those are Herefords, and those are Brahmins. I used to be in Future Farmers of America when I was in high school, so I remember some of the cow types and stuff. Or I'll name some of the wildflowers, and it's like, stop naming them.
Stop it.
Stop it. And then the other thing that I like to do that drives Vincent nuts, which I really
Can
like,
you check if
is
it's going?
I really like to play Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't.
Because at the state parks and stuff, there's a lot of Pokemon, and like when you can get to a point where there's Wi-Fi, because you've got to go to different
Muted
parts
your
of the
mic.
park to have Wi-Fi. But or even 4G sometimes. But there's usually a gym.
Turn up the
That's what I'm
mic,
thinking.
the headphones.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
So I like to play Pokemon. So I'll go and I'll take pictures of my Pokemon like out there at the park and stuff, and I'll catch Pokemon. One time we went near the Davis Mountains. I forgot what the name of the place was. I don't know. It eludes me now. And we went out there and there was a gym. And so I beat the gym and I left a Pokemon there. That Pokemon was stuck there for 190 something days. Like
What?
nobody beat the gym. It was
Wow.
forever. I was like, oh my
And it's like what
God.
after like so many days it doesn't do anything, right? Like
Yeah,
you don't get
any
anything.
more coins
Yeah.
for it. And I was like, no. And you can't have it. And it was like one of my strong ones, right?
Yeah.
And you don't get to have it back to like fight any of your battles or anything. It was ridiculous. So yeah, be careful what gyms you leave your Pokemon in when you go camping because it might live there forever. That was like way out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
I don't remember the name of that place now. I forgot.
The Chihuahuan Desert something.
Something.
There we go. Okay,
Something. Yeah. It was really nice. We really enjoyed it, but I don't remember.
You got it?
Yeah.
So yeah, so play Pokemon. The other thing we do is we'll usually take some kind of like games or crafts or something to play. We usually pack some Uno and stuff to play just so that we have some games to play. Because sometimes it'll rain, you know. You never
Yeah.
know when an unexpected rainstorm might come. That's the other nice thing about having the camper, and we have an awning room on our camper.
Yeah.
So we can sit out in the awning room and we can play Uno. We can play our Back to the Future.
Because later
game.
on we got the Napa awning. I think it's like $100.
Did you get Vegeta with it?
No. And then after that we got I ended up finding a really good deal on awning that'd been like used,
Oh, the awning room, yeah.
but it looked like it'd never been
Never
touched.
been open.
It's like it went somewhere and somebody didn't want it and they couldn't sell it as new.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we've gotten pretty lucky on some of that kind of stuff. So,
Mhm.
and I like to bring the adult coloring books. That's something that I find to be really relaxing. So I'll do that, and I bring like some stickers and stuff, and do some journaling, like some scrapbook type journaling.
Mhm.
What else have we brought? Oh, for a while Vincent was making the bracelets, the paracord bracelets.
Mhm.
So we had stuff for that, for him to make that. So there's all different kinds of things that you can bring and do. People, bring, regular like outdoor games like bocce ball, and you can have giant Jenga, like yard dice, cornhole, like all of those types of like horseshoes and stuff.
Mhm.
You can pretty much find all of that stuff, and you can take it out with you as well, and just have games to play. We're more tabletop game people, so we bring tabletop games to play. Roll for It's a really good quick pickup game.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah,
But
real
I like
tiny.
that one and like doing some of the newer Unos, which is really cool. Every once in a while we'll play my game.
Yeah, apt.
Apt.
We play apt. But yeah, just like a little bag of tabletop games that fit in there, and just nothing, nothing too fancy. You're not gonna want to bring Ogre or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, is it me? Did I?
I think it's you
died.
now.
Now I died. I have no batteries. Okay, you get to talk, Vince.
So
Don't forget it's also 7:50 right now.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we need to say goodbye.
So we need to say goodbye. But no, that we've had a lot of fun doing that. We're gonna start doing more videos with Xandra, because Xandra's our camper, our runaway camper. So we'll be doing a lot more videos with that, and kind of like what we've done, the kind of security that we have on it, because we have some locks on there that are really good. So we'll show you some of that stuff and some of the other things that we do. But hopefully, did I go out?
No, you're good.
too?
You're good. You're
Oh,
good.
Okay.
it was just me.
It was just you.
But you could hear me through your mic because I tend to be loud.
That's what was throwing me off. I'm like, I can still hear you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait. That's why when I looked at the lights, I was like, hers isn't, but you're hearing. Okay. Maybe I'm crazy.
So yeah, thanks for checking this out. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, click on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so the next time we go live, you'll know. But I'm Vince.
And this is Toady, and this is Tippy, and this is Phil, and that's Aaron, and I'm Colleen, and there's Anakin.
Geek
Geek
out,
out
I say.
essay.